welcome back to my channel. I am Haspa and you are watching Preston Avery Design. So I am back with another what I made video. I'm going to show you all the items that I've been making in the process of cleaning out my garage, getting inventory for my shop, which did expand, and also preparing for 2 markets coming up in November back to back. So let's go ahead and go through these items because in about 20 minutes I've got to go pick up you guys' favorite baby, Preston Avery, from school. So let's get started. Okay, the first item is this large tile that I had in my shop when it first opened, and this thing sat there for 2 months and nothing happened with it. So I brought it back home, I repainted it, and then I used the stencil and I put some of those sunflowers from the Painterly Floral transfer from IOD. This thing is huge and it's extremely heavy, really well made and really well constructed. So I'm going to sell it for $89.95, also because I used 2 pages of those transfers, and you guys know those are not cheap, so I want to make sure I recoup all my money. But here it is, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. And then next we have this basket riser that I built out of a lampshade that I thrifted from Goodwill. I gutted it. I put a wood round on top of it. And how I do my basket risers, I glue them on first, and once they're dry, I screw them in. And I got this trick from Brianna over at Upcycle by Brie, where you use a washer on the inside to secure it. And this is how this turned out, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love the scale on it, and I'm so happy with it. I painted this using the color Crinoline with a hint of Queen Bee, and then I used the transfer from the Brocante pack that I get from Stella Rose Boutique. All my transfers come from Stella Rose Boutique. I have linked the store and the description of these particular items for you. So I love how this turned out. It was really easy to make, and I did make a few more. Gosh, look at this mess. I'm cleaning up, trying to rush and go to school and pick Preston up and film this video all before he gets home. And then I made a few smaller ones. Now, I got all these canvases for free at the junk swap this past Saturday, and I did put hooks on them for hanging on the back. And I have this one, this one. This one is from the Entomology transfer, and we have this one, and this is a combo from the Brocante transfer and the Entomology transfer. And so I really love how these turned out. Alright, next I have some wood rounds that I cut out of some scrap wood to clear off that shelf, if you guys have been following. And then I stenciled them using the JRV mini stencil pack. I just did one of each of the stencils in the pack. And these stencils I get from Stella Rose Boutique as well, and I have linked to them for you. And I got a pack of 5, and I really like how this came out. On the bottom I just have some pieces of wood that I cut out and I stained using Dark and Decrepit, which I've also linked for you guys. Alright, next I made 2 sets of candle stands. Now these were table legs that I was going to sell individually in my shop, but they never did sell timely, so I did chop them and I made these candle stands, and I just used the wood runs from Home Depot. I have a set in white with a little bit of the antiquing wax on them. And then I have a set that I did in Monet's Garden, which is my favorite shade of green. And then I used the gold gilding wax and a little bit of the golden ticket patina. And the rounds are stained with Dark and Decrepit. Now you can water Dark and Decrepit down as much as you need to if it's a little too dark for you. However, be mindful that when you do water it down, you are breaking that built-in sealer, so you might want to go ahead and seal them after you're done. So I have a set of these candle stands, and I love how this came out. Next, I have a few signs that I did manage to come up with, and I have them all here with me. So we are getting ready for the holidays, of course, so I did make a few of these little cute signs that say Gingerbread Company, little cookie signs, stencils from Amazon. And then this is the JRV stencil, and I used it in parts. This was a piece of wood that I just couldn't let myself throw away, so I turned that into a quick and easy sign. And then you ever get those cabinet doors that you really can't do much with them, but they're really easy to come by? So what I did with those, I turned it around and made a sign on the back of it. Those hanging signs, those tall signs. Let me show you this one too. I made 2 of these. And this is perfect to start stockpiling my holiday inventory. So next I grabbed a pile of baskets that I've been collecting, and I just painted them all at one time using my paint sprayer, and I'm using the color White Swan. Now, once these were done being painted, I did the drop cloth technique. It was my first time doing it. I just tore some drop cloth and I stenciled on them using the JRB stencils, and I came up with some of these cute baskets. Now, these have already been priced. I'm trying and working on tagging things as I go, so come market week or the month of the market, I don't have to worry about doing this. And this way I can actually put them out of the way as I'm working, so they're not in my way. So these baskets are at $14.95. Most of them are, except for the exception of this one is $12.95 because it's a little smaller. So I'm super happy with how these baskets turned out, and I plan on making more of them if I have more baskets that I can pull out. Working on going through the greenery as well, because I don't know about you, but for me, greenery tends to make a lot of mess around here, so I'm trying to reel it all in. I turned some of that greenery into some candle rings to go on top of those candle stands, and also to have some greenery in my booth, because Melissa over at Vintage Bee Design says, you need greenery in your booth because it makes everything look high-end and it sells really well. So, oh, this looks like pom-poms. Give me a... So I'm really loving this sign, friends. I love how this turned out. It's just a sign. It was a half table that I picked off the street, painted it, used an Amazon stencil and some flowers from the Painterly Floral Pack from IOD, and I love it. I have another sign just like the other one down here, same thing to these, and it was a canvas sign. It's already done and framed out. It just needed a paint job, a transfer, and some stenciling. And this one is going to be for $65. The other one's going to be $89.95. Okay, so next I'm doing some chalkboards because I have a lot of frames and I didn't know what to do with them. Got the idea to turn them into chalkboards, so that's what I did for these two. I just painted this using milk paint, and then I do have a big one. Oh, this thing is gorgeous, but it's so big. Look at it. Yep, and here you are. This is how this turned out. And because this is really big and the frame is in such good condition, I'm going to sell this one for $49.95. And the smaller one will probably be for like maybe $19.95. So next I have some really big cabinet doors that I turned into welcome signs. I painted them using Monet's Garden and some other mixture that I cannot remember. But I do have two of these. There's a really big and sturdy, and I love that inset of the cabinet door, how it goes in. You see that? I thought that was a really nice detail. So I made two of these and got to use up those cabinet doors. And then we have this sign that was the cabinet door, and if you look inside, it's actually transfer scraps that I cut and I joined together because they wouldn't make a full project, but together they can complete this project. And this says, as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. And last but not least, we have another welcome sign. Now, this was a mirror that I did not break, but it did fall out of here. So it's not broken, it's whole. It's hiding somewhere back there, but I didn't want to mess with the mirror and trying to put it back. So I just kept the backing of it, kept it in there, screwed it in, and then I just turned this into a welcome sign. And I did some distressing on it, and I think it turned out great. That's everything that I made this week. You guys, let me know if you have a favorite project. Don't forget, if you see something that you really like and it's not really big, I'll be more than happy to put it up on the website for you to purchase. Otherwise, if you do like this kind of content and you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. I'm really working hard to grow this channel. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you think. Otherwise, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.